You want to change and there are only 6 months left in the year to do that. You want to become better by being on top of your goals, on top of your health, and more importantly, feel like yourself again. I get it, and today I will show you how you can become the best version of yourself. Hi, my name is Monica, I'm 21 years old, and for the past 75 days, I've spent time working on myself by completing the 75 Hard Challenge. I've spent this time working on my goals, going to the gym, reading books, and painting a healthy lifestyle. The start of the year, I set the goal for myself to become the best version of myself by going to the gym, being on top of my health, and more importantly, just becoming better and feeling like myself again. But at the start of the year, I started my goals, and every time I started and stopped, and it was this constant cycle of constantly just falling back into my old habits. So that is when I decided that I needed something drastic and decided to start the 75 Hard Challenge. And as of today, a few days ago, I completed the challenge of 75 hard days of working, reading my books, working on myself, and becoming a better person. Now from this challenge, I've learned 5 different things, and today I'm going to share them with you so that you can become the best version of yourself before the end of the year. So number 1, it's gonna be a hard and tough pill to swallow, but it's stop the excuses. I will always be remembered by this quote that I saw online. I'm not sure if I saw it on Instagram or on TikTok, but there was this woman telling us that if you are constantly pushing away something, you have to really ask yourself, how badly do you really want it? And that is something that I had to face the reality of in the beginning of the year. I told myself I wanted to become better in my health. I told myself I wanted to start reading more, going to the gym, but I constantly just was giving very lazy excuses. We have so many excuses ready, and let's be honest, nowadays life is really organized the way that we can stay, sit in, be doing nothing, and just have entertainment with just a swipe of a finger. But I encourage everyone to stop making excuses. If you really want it, you will stop the excuses and start working on your goals. I told myself what was stopping me from doing the 75 Hard Challenge was that I would not have enough time to work out, that I don't have the time to do it, that I don't have time to go to do 2 workouts. But after 75 days of doing it, you can see that I can do it. I just didn't want to and I didn't want to invest that time into that. So you really have to look at yourself and ask yourself, what are my priorities right now? Are those priorities aligned with the version that I want to become? And from there, make your choices. Even with, like, for example, making top time, I'm just going to use working out as an example because it's very easy. You want to go out for a walk, you want to go for a run, you want to go to the gym. You say you can't have 30 minutes to do your workout. That is literally not true, because if I'm being honest, in my situation, I can spend 30 minutes scrolling on TikTok, but I can't spend 30 minutes doing something that will encourage my body and become a better version of myself. So honestly, it is hard doing something that you can't see results with right away. And I think that because the way that our life is just being wired, we're taught to see an instant result. We can instantly find entertainment on our phone, on Instagram, on social media, on different platforms. And I think that is really causing us to find it hard to do difficult things. And that is something that I definitely had to struggle with over the past few days, or past 75 days. I really want to encourage you to try and look at your priorities. If the things you're doing right now are not aligned with the version that you want to become, start analyzing them and start becoming better, and stop giving yourself excuses to not start, because if we're being honest, we can make time, we just don't want to. And number 2 that I want to highlight is making everything as easy as possible for yourself. You need to cut down the difficult decisions for yourself. Let's say you want to start waking up early and going to the gym. Make sure you lay out all your gym wear the night before, so that in the morning when you wake up, you don't need to think about getting your gym wear out of the cupboard and all that kind of stuff. Because that one thing has already hacked my brain into thinking, okay, I wake up, I can just do my things, get ready, and get started. Because if you give your brain, I don't know about you, but for me, if I have to do an extra step for something, I'm already immediately not motivated to do it. So for me, when I woke up in the morning, I had to wake up at 5:30, 5:45, and I had my gym wear ready and made sure that I could work out immediately by having my gym wear ready the night before, having my clothes for work ready the night before, meal prepped everything the night before, so that when I woke up in the morning, I knew I didn't have to do anything hard. I could just flow into my routine. And let's say you want to start eating healthier and you notice yourself eating fast food a lot or ordering a lot of takeaway, start meal prepping and take a day in the week, Sunday, Saturday, any day of the week, and start meal prepping your meals so that you can cut down any hard decisions and not give yourself excuses to start doing things that you don't want to do. I know you've heard this before, but discipline over motivation. Motivation alone is not going to give you enough energy to keep doing hard things. Let's be honest about it. Nowadays, we're very easy wired to do easy things. I have easy access to TikTok. I catch myself being distracted by it every single time. Waking up in the morning, I go on TikTok. Waking up in the afternoon, or even when I'm bored at work, go on TikTok. If I'm doing anything, I'm very easily entertained. Let's just call it like that. But if you really want to start doing hard things, it's time you become disciplined and make sure you set restrictions for yourself. The greatest thing you can do for yourself is remaining consistent even when you don't want to do it. During the 75 hard days challenge, I found myself countless days. I was on day 3 and I already wanted to quit because I was so sore from my workouts. I was tired. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to wake up early, and I still continued going because I decided to turn off my brain and kept discipline over motivation. And honestly, I started enjoying doing hard things before easy things because it made my life so much more interesting. But that is for another video. Sometimes I'm reminded of the scene, I don't know if you've watched Wall-E, the Disney movie, and there's a scene where we see people watching their screens. They have a pool in front of them, but they're not entering the pool because they all have their screen in front of you. And that is sometimes, that is actually my biggest nightmare, but because I feel like society is heading towards that way, and it's kind of terrifying, looking at the way we are having technology and developments and stuff. But it's kind of scary how that reality in Wall-E is becoming a reality, because it's kind of scary. It's honestly just scary. Sometimes you need to challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone and do something hard. So I encourage you today to do something hard, at least one hard thing that you have been putting off. If you want to start going to the gym, if you want to start working out, if you want to start eating healthy, it's time we lock in together and focus on our goals and make sure that we can achieve them before the end of the year. Now, of course, when you're starting to do these things, make sure you don't just start explosive right away. Make sure you start at the pace that you can keep and maintain that consistency. Because let's say if I start running every day, even if I've never run before, I start running 10 kilometers every single day, my body's gonna break down. Start it easy, build it up, and make sure that you ease into it so that you can be consistent and you can keep it for the long run. Number 4, as I said before, the example of Wall-E really fits perfectly with this, is that go touch some grass. Honestly, as a person that always likes staying indoor, I'm a homebody, I like staying inside. Over the past 75 days, I went on walks every single day. And I can't really put into words what exactly changed or why I feel the way I feel, but I do know that these walks have helped me to just, like, it cleared up the brain fog that I had going outside, just seeing different things, going on walks, seeing other people and stuff. It really did something to my brain and to my mental health. And I think that, as I said before, and I will keep saying this example, as society is being organized nowadays, we're being taught, or we're being not really forced, but our lifestyle is very much stay inside, stay your entertainment, everything is inside. We never really go out. And as someone that also has an office job, I'm always in the office. It really is really refreshing to go outside and be able to go for a walk. Walking every single day, or even just going out, touching grass, even if it's 10 minutes, it really does something to your brain. I've just felt like a better person in general. I'm sorry if my energy is really low. I feel like I'm getting sick after this challenge. I might have gone too hard with the 75 hard. And then number 5 is read books. Over the past 75 days, I completed, I think, around 4 or 5 books. I started the 5th one, and they have helped me to get like different perspectives in life of things that I've been struggling with, or things that I've been thinking about, or things that you even just learn new. And the book that changed me the most is The Courage to Be Disliked. I'm going to show you. This is the book that changed me the most, The Courage to Be Disliked. And it's talking about, it says, the Japanese phenomenon shows you how to change your life and achieve real happiness. Now, when I started this book, I thought it was just the usual self-help book that you can read, but it's like a conversation between a young person and a philosopher. And I can't even tell you how this particular book has already helped me so much over the past few days in decisions that I make, in the way I act, in the way I control my emotions and stuff. It is so crazy. So I encourage you to read this book if you're trying to start your self-help journey or start your self-development book or your personal development. This book right here is I really recommend it. It's not sponsored, by the way, but it's just a really great book that helped me to start living life without apology. And that also inspired me to start a new series on Instagram called The Art of Living Without Apology. Basically a series about living life without being afraid of judgment, because over the past few months I noticed myself just being very careful with my decisions, in the way I act, certain things that I do and stuff. I always held myself back in a way, but this book has taught me that I should just be free. And at the end of the day, you can't please everybody. There was always going to be people that don't like you, and there's nothing you can do to control that. So this is a really great book, and I really encourage everyone to read this book. Now, to complete this video is have fun. At the end of the day, we are still human beings and we still need fun. Let's just say it like that. Don't start going really hard and start isolating yourself and becoming just alone and stuff. We as human beings, we still need community. Community is very important, but at the end of the day, when you're working your goals, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard to yourself. Now, I did the 75 hard challenge, and I have to say that I was quite hard on myself, but that was more because I needed something drastic. But now that I'm out of it, I'm like, I need just some more balance in the goals that I set for myself. But at the end of the day, you should still have fun while doing your things. Now, I know waking up early and stuff you can have difficulties with that, and it might not be as fun, but make sure that you still balance it out with doing other stuff that makes you happy, so that you don't enter a very sad cycle of focusing and pursuing something and not being happy at the end with the results. It's important that you care about your well-being and make sure that you're happy while working on the progress. If you've made it this far, thank you guys for watching, and now I want to know from you, what is one thing you want to change before the end of the year? And comment it down below. I'm very excited to read your comments. So now that I've given you all these tips, it's time to put them into practice, and that's why I'm starting a new series on my channel called, I have actually no name yet, so if you have any idea, it's going to be a series about me living life without apology and improving myself for the next 6 months. Basically, continue with 75 hard, but in a more balanced way. Now, this is not a journey I will be taking alone. I would love for you to join me, so let me know in the comments if you're going to be joining this 6-month challenge, where we're going to be working on ourselves, improving ourselves, and becoming a better version before the end of the year. I'm so happy for recording this video because it was something that I really wanted to share with you guys, and I hope it really helped you to improve yourself. Don't forget to follow me on social media at itsmonikawsagi, and also don't forget to follow me on TikTok. It's the same name, and I'll see you guys next week Friday.